I hope all you guys, gals, and non-binary pals had an awesome week. I had a pretty nice one. I spent a lot of time with my grandmother on my mom's side. She's 86 and is so funny and sweet and stubborn AF. I love her though. We may argue a lot, but I love her. It's been hard to see her since COVID became a thing, but she's all vaccinated now, so it's a lot less stressful to see her, so I've been spending more time with her. And that's why this week I'm only going to focus on one family, but it's a family that holds a lot of personal meaning to me. I hope you enjoy. Today, I want to introduce you to the Barnes family.
The Barnes family is a little hard for me to talk about because I was in a pretty dark place when I made them. But that doesn't mean their story is a completely unhappy one. Their house is filled with a lot of love and laughter, but a dark cloud does hang over it. Here we go. Stephen Barnes is a brilliant jazz musician who's never really made it. People in town enjoy his music, and he can draw a respectable crowd when he performs, but the corporate music world has never taken notice. Steve doesn't mind though. He makes enough to pay the bills and is content with that. He doubts he'd be happy as a big-time musician anyway. He'd rather spend his days with his wife and daughter and go out for a game of darts at Rattlesnake Tues with his lifelong best friend Jonas Augustin. They met as little boys and have been inseparable ever since. Jonas invites him almost every weekend to hang out in Willow Creek with Walter Horvath at the Blue Velvet, but Stephen never goes. Walter's conspiracy theories give him the creeps. Lately he's been booking less gigs so he can help his ailing wife, which means he isn't bringing in as much money. Can Stephen find a way to support his family financially and take care of his wife? Paula Barnes was the English teacher at the local high school until her recent retirement. She'd love to help children learn and is passionate about logic and better understanding the world. But after she began showing blatant signs of memory loss and had an injury, there tragically wasn't any choice but to leave work behind. It started simple, leaving the TV on when leaving for work, not remembering to grade assignments, naming a female kitten Ernest, talking to no one, getting up in the middle of the night to do random things like swim or hunt for frogs, with no memory of doing it the next day. When she forgot the superintendent's name, it was all over. With Stephen and daughter Natalie's help, Paula has been able to find more stability. Knitting, regular visits from her best friend Fabiola Augustin, taking care of her 4 cats, and daily chess games have done wonders to increase Paula's sharpness, but it still isn't what it should be. Will Paula ever find clarity again? From the moment Natalie stuck out of her bedroom late at night as a child to watch Malpractice when she wasn't supposed to, she knew she wanted to be a doctor. Nobody really understands why that movie specifically is what inspired her, since it isn't exactly a grippingly accurate medical drama, but you don't always get to choose what points you towards your path in life. She dove headfirst into academics, consequently never really having a social life. This hasn't really changed in her adult years. In fact, a lot of the nurses at the hospital bully her constantly. Natalie takes it all in stride most of the time, though. She's too busy saving lives to deal with petty like that. Things have gotten pretty stressful for Natalie, though. The very same day she got her job was the day Paula started really going downhill. She'd planned to move out on her own, but unfortunately that dream had to be put on hold. Can she ever find her own independence while balancing her responsibilities at work and home? In my save, Natalie met an adult Isaac McGee while out dancing in Winterberg. I first made her after Isaac and Crystal had already aged up. They hit it off pretty quickly, but their first date was super awkward. I didn't think she'd ever want to see him again after that, but to my surprise, she did. Over time, their relationship blossomed into a beautiful marriage with an adorable daughter. Paula and Stephen are long gone, but they're always in Natalie's heart. This is Edgar the Persian, the oldest of Paula's cats. She's had him since Natalie was an infant and has spoiled him rotten his entire life. He's a little meanie who loves to bully anyone who isn't his human mom. He isn't as strong as he used to be, so his grip and dominance in the house is starting to slip, but if pushed far enough, he's still got enough pep in his step to whoop some butt. Eloise is one of 2 Siamese cats Paula adopted when Natalie was in her early teens. She's an affectionate and gentle cat. Everyone in the house loves her, but she has a mischievous streak a mile wide. She and her sister love to chase one another around the house and scratch up the furniture. Paula is too out of it to discipline them properly, Stephen is too old and tired to care, and Natalie is too busy. So, Eloise and Emma get away with pretty much whatever they want. Emma is Eloise's littermate sister. They're inseparable. Paula was originally going to only adopt 1 cat when she showed up at the shelter, but Emma threw such a fit at the idea of being without Eloise that she was adopted as well. Emma is more aloof than her sister, only really showing affection on rare occasions, and mainly only toward Paula. It's not that she hates humans, she primarily seems indifferent. But if something bad were to happen to any of them, the mask would fall away and you'd see a cat who secretly feels a lot of love in her heart. Little Ernest is the youngest Barnes family member, only having been adopted by Paula a couple weeks ago. She's an easygoing, sweet little baby. Yes, I said she. Ernest is a female kitten, but Paula, in her confusion, is entirely convinced that she is male. Fun behind-the-scenes fact, Ernest was the final linchpin in creating this family's story. I didn't pay attention to Ernest's sex when I was in Cass, and gave her a male name. Once I noticed, the story as you see it now was completely formed. Who knew a little kitty could have such a big impact?
That's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to download any of these Sims for yourself, just remember that you can go on the gallery and look up my EAID, DoveCalderwood, my name with no spaces, and there they'll be. If you liked this video, please don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe and click the little bell. That stuff helps more than you know. I upload gaming videos every Friday, and I've been trying to stream on Twitch every Tuesday and Thursday, but I've been running into a ton of issues. If anyone out there knows someone who uses Twitch, or if you use Twitch yourself, can you please give me some help? Having to cancel so many streams like that is humiliating. Any help will be greatly appreciated. Until next week, stay goofy. Bye. Oh, and I got Fearless Taylor's version too. Eat it, Scooter Braun!